And we get a foul called quickly. Huh?
What? I can't hear you. Oh, I'll turn you up. Okay. I
Can't hear anything, actually.
Okay. We're live.
Back and forth. Cougars overtaking the basketball. Looking, swinging into the front court. There goes Jaden Sills looking long three. No good. Rebound, Pilots basketball.
Pilots looking to get off to a good start here in this game as Putman will take it up.
Putman, top of the key, looking back and forth. Welcome into the Bill Fox Gymnasium. The second time the Pilots play the Cougars. Jackson Tur at the top of the key. Foul called.
Offensive foul called on Tur.
That's what it was. So Tur gets one foul called against him first. 7:18 to play. Almost a push in the back, thrown out of bounds.
Still scoreless here in this game as we approach 1 minute played in this first quarter.
So a no contest there on the basketball, went out of bounds. Jackson Tur takes a seat, and comes Marquise Carey. Pilots bench very thin, with a loss of Julian Sinishjai and Tyler Huchert. And foul's going to be called, and one coming for Dakota. Another foul that registers against the Pilots. 6:56 to play. It'll be one shot at the line.
Great job by Lucas Washington.
Washington's attempt at the line goes in. So a three-point play early on for the Cougars. Fixed into Joey Kuzmano underneath, and there goes the Pilots' first 2 points of the day. They get two to register.
Putman finding an open lane. Drives right to the basket, puts the Pilots on the board, 3-2.
Trying to drive to the block will be Sills, looking top of the key. Eli Werer, no good, tipped out of bounds. Connor Sukara rebounds. And a double dribble, that's just what the Pilots were looking for in front of their own bench. 6:23 to play. 3-2. The Cougars so far lead by one. Tucson trying to swing it back and forth. Griesbeck couldn't overtake the basketball. Trying to go to the lane. Washington couldn't get anything to roll. Looking back and forth, tipped again. Second chance, make that third. Sukara gets the ball stripped away. Marquise Carey to the lane. Trying to take a contested two. Rebound will be the Cougars with Aiden Reeves. Stolen away by Kuzmano. A sloppy defensive possession, though, by the Pilots. Fires three. Aiden Reeves has the bottom of the net. A solid possession there by the Cougars. They'll register three in the bank.
Good start for the Cougars. 2 straight threes for them. Pilots.
Kuzmano had an air ball too. Reeves got his own possession, picked it up with two hands, put it down again, unsure where that was going. Washington trying to drive on Marquise Carey, puts his body in front of him, blocks that. Kuzmano has a block, hands it off to Griesbeck, and Pilots looking hot on defense.
Pilots defense striking early, and
Putman Jr. has another two in transition. They look good on the transition offense crossing half court.
Pilots finding open opportunities to get points on the board here and cut it back down to a 2-point Dakota lead. 6-4.
Trying to look back and forth into the corner. Connor Sukara driving on Griesbeck, had the ball tipped away. Second chance, no. Rebound, Griesbeck out of bounds. That'll be De La Salle basketball. De La Salle does own the possession arrow should a jump ball happen. They're excited to start off looking into another Macomb County inter-county game, I guess you could put it. On the line, Putman tries to go for the 6-point of the day. Off of his own leg, Jaden Sills tips the ball out of bounds, and it's De La Salle basketball in the north baseline.
Pilots really keeping it close here.
Tucson on the handoff from Griesbeck to the lane, trying to put up another one, has it to fall. So Tucson and Putman Jr., the only two scorers in the contest so far.
Great job by the Pilots tying it up. Tucson finding an empty lane.
Tipped away by Tucson on a steal. Looking in front of their own logo. Almost had the N1 coming. But Pilots head to the line looking for possible 2 points. 4:02 to play. So Pilots just at the line for the first time today. Tucson takes an extra squat. Takes up the lead, though. Who cares how we got it in the net? Certainly just laid up one. That's all Coach Glasner's looking for. Second one is up and falls.
Tucson and Putman both with 4. Only scorers for the Pilots helped contribute to this 2-point Pilot lead.
Reeves getting a triple track on a trapping attempt from Tur. Griesbeck and Tucson. Foul, though, is drawn instead. That's Tur's second. 3:52 to play. Washington will be set in front of the Pilots bench. Kuzmano comes in. Tur takes a seat. Right corner, Reeves. Fires 3 over Griesbeck. Unsure how he was going to get it over the 6'5" man. Romanicek. Reeves in the right corner, heavily guarded by Kuzmano. Pilots trying to put a possession here together. Jacob Skiluna can't get anything to go on a second chance. So 3:32 to play. 8-6. Pilots by 2.
Pilots really fighting the Cougars here. 8-6. Passing game been great for the Pilots. Just need to try and take some more shots now.
So on the floor foul called against the Cougars. That will strike against Joseph Romanicek. That's his first. Eli Tucson left corner in front of the Cougar bench. Swung out left side on the block. Marquise Carey throws up 2. Tipped out of bounds. It will be Dakota basketball, though. Henry Griesbeck had the last hand on that.
Pilots missing some valuable opportunities for some shots on goal here. Still have the lead with 3 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Heavy defense.
Ball tipped out of bounds. Marquise Carey on a huge block sets the Pilots up for a possible defensive takeover, Jalou.
Obviously great takeover there by Carey. He said, not today. Not letting Dakota take the lead. Too easy of a block there.
In the corner, Romanicek trying to look into Cicluna. Another too many step going against, Romanicek. He's going to suffer the blunt of another Cougar turnover. 8-6. Pilots lead by 2.
Pilots playing a great game, not just offensively.
Ball tipped away by Reeves. Has the easy 2 to roll in. Tucson in front of our screen. Looking deep into the lane. 2 to roll for Tucson. He leads the Pilots with 6.
Response there by the Pilots. Keeping the lead.
A double dribble. Just what the Pilots were looking for. Another Cougar turnover. We're going to get a quick substitution here. Out goes Romanicek. In comes Rashid Wilson. Marquise Carey on the lead pass. He was a tight end for the freshman team, had an easy lead. Kuzmano for three. Pass to roll after a three-time turnaround. Nice execution by Kuzmano.
Kuzmano, great execution there, brings the Pilots' lead up to 5. Great take by Kuzmano with the second chance points there.
A three came from Aiden Reeves, but instead it goes out of bounds off of an attempted Eli Ware. Excuse me, I take that back. Gray Spicer takes, Rasheed Wallace. Can't even figure out the name today. DeJuan Putman Jr. in the right corner getting trapped. Tucson from the top of the key looking for the three ball to make it 9. No. Rebound into the hands of the Cougars. A walking violation certainly there. .136 to play in the first period. 13-8, Pilots by 5.
Pilots certainly on a roll here. Their offense is doing quite well, holding the Cougars to minimal points and minimal opportunities for shots.
Tucson to the lane has 2. 1:20 to play in the first. Ball looking nowhere. DeJuan Putman had a hand on it. To the lane instead. Reeves has 2 to fall. 1:08 to play in the first.
Cougars keeping it close with the Pilots as we approach the end of this first. 1 minute left to go.
Carey had Putman. Washington stole it away. Foul called. That'll go against Putman Jr. That'll be executed as his first foul of the day. Pilots with 4 fouls in this first quarter. 15-10 in the first period. De La Salle by 5. On the last break, Damian Duff came in for the Pilots. .1 seconds to play. Second one is good.
1 possession game now as we approach the end of this first quarter.
Just high rainbow passes suffering the blunt for the Pilots. Tucson has 3 instead. Pilots recover on a 2-point play. They lost their 2-possession game on.
That is what the Pilots needed right there. Doubles their lead. Lead is up to 6. 30 seconds left to play in the first.
Rasheed Wilson at the top of the key. Just over the logo to the right elbow. Reeves looking over top on a 3. Bounces off the block. Tipped out of bounds. Hit out of bounds again. There was absolutely no reason Jacob Skakluna should have hit that one out of bounds. 18.5 seconds to play.
Reeves trying to respond to the Tucson 3 as we approach the end of this first quarter.
Kuzmano lays it up and in. Joey Kuzmano, honestly, looking the best he has all year. 4-3, no good. That'll be the end of the first quarter. Your score heading into an ad break, 20-12, Pilots by 8.
Junior here for Kangaroo, and instead of playing roofer roulette, count on a company who will really hop to it. Kangaroo is a sure bet. First estimate to final inspection. You don't just get a roofer, you get a roofing team. And one who's in it to win it. Kangaroo, we hop to it.
So a fresh 8 minutes on the board for the Pilots and the Cougars. Kuzmano throwing it into the backcourt. Marquise Carey has the first touch on the basketball. Ball hit out of bounds. Excuse me, a foul. That'll go against Dakota.
Great end to the first quarter for the Pilots.
Another foul. Damian Duff was the one who was fouled. The foul called against Cameron Grabinski.
Pilots looking to extend their lead more. Currently up by 8.
Thrown absolutely nowhere into the corner. The intended receiver was Eli Toussaint from Damian Duff. 7:51 to play instead.
Just clumsy passing there by Duff. Pilots chance to execute on that play. Instead, it will remain 20-12.
Right corner, Reeves. Spikluna trying to drive on Duff, the center for the Pilots in the game. Another walk into the lane, has to fall instead. Grabinski had his hands on the basketball, chose to drive to the lane, and had two.
Second chance points for the Cougars have really been an effect early in this game.
Kuzmano to the lane, looking out. Dewan Putman has two to roll. He takes back his leading scorer position for the Pilots. To the lane, foul called. That was blatant. Marquise Carey took his shoulder and just drove it right on top of Reeves' arm. 22-14. 7:03 to play in the second. So at the line, Lucas Washington headed for two. First does rattle home. Second for Washington to come. Second barrels off. Out of bounds again, though.
Griesbeck just couldn't get his hands on it.
7:02 to play. Into the corner. Looking Wilson. Reeves, Washington. Right side, Grabinski for three. Nowhere close to the rim. Eli Toussaint said, "Give me that basketball," and is going to slow the Pilots' offense down.
Pilots up by 7 now. They're taking it slow. Pass game is going well.
Toussaint from 15 feet, no. Griesbeck tried to get a hand on it, but tipped it straight into the hands of Wilson. Tipped away by Toussaint. Nice humble block there coming from the 6'3" freshman. Trying to look into the corner. Wilson had an open three if he needed it. Reeves looking at the left side of the arc. Trying to go to the lane, blocked away by Griesbeck again. Looks like a brutal fall, heading straight into the padding. Jackson Tur has taken a seat for the last 6 minutes. He'll be headed towards the desk, though. Omar Kashmika trying to go to the lane. Foul on the way up. Had to go against Marquise Carey. Suffers the blunt of another Pilot foul. 6:08 to play. So Kashmik has one to fall.
Free throws have definitely helped for the Cougars. Currently down by 6. Right now is Dakota. Second one is up, and second one will fall.
6:06. Kashmik is going to go straight out of bounds. So 6:03 to play in the second. Pilots by 5. Swung across straight into Jackson Turr. This is his only second time into the game after he experienced a quick 2 foul trouble. He has an easy lane, set the pick from Griesbeck, had it to roll instead. Jackson Turr looking aggressive on offense. Traveling, goes against Kashmik, headed the other way from the south baseline.
Great job by Turr there on the last play, finding a wide open lane right to the basket. Great job by the Pilots there on offense to force another takeaway. They will get the ball back.
Kuzmano again has an attempted pass to Jackson Turr, but has the block to redeem himself. Ball tipped out of bounds, 5:35 to play. Turr looking on the south baseline. Hands off to Marquise Carey. Pilots trying to push on a 3-on-4. Tucson could have had Kuzmano looking for the front of the rim on a 3-point instead. Reeves to the lane. No foul called on Jackson Turr. A lead pass from Tucson. Gonna go nowhere except to the north baseline into the padding.
Intended for Marquise Carey, it looked like. Pilots a little bit of clumsy passing here in the second quarter. Still holding a lead, though. They are up by 7.
Putman Jr. trying not to fall to Reeves' ball control. Stepping up in the lane, another one foul, and one coming. That'll suffer the blunt for Joey Kuzmano. He'll take his second foul of the day. 24-19, 4:57 to play. Reeves' second is up, no good. Rebound Kuzmano. So after fouling, he picks up the rebound on the first free throw. Reeves to the lane, has 2 instead. He'll pick up 2 instead of 1 from the line. Kuzmano switching into Tucson. Spin move, lane, have it to fall. 4:36 to play.
Tucson really finding space.
Another Reeves 2. Pilots giving up an open lane on the block almost every time to Reeves when they're not looking. Timeout taken by Coach Glasner. So there'll be a 30-second timeout.
So Pilots obviously holding a little bit of a lead here, but Dakota pushing back. They are down by 3 as the Pilots lead 26-23. 4:21 left to play in the half. Besides Julian Sinistai for the Pilots, Tyson Lyons also not playing today. He is not in the Bill Fox Gymnasium at this time.
So Julian Sinistai choosing to hang the cleats up. Tennis shoes. Not on the gridiron, I apologize.
In this case, basketball shoes. But
yeah, that's same thing in my book. And then I believe Tyler Huchard also had a conversation to end his basketball career with Coach Glasner. Carey, 4-3, off of the transition. Tucson has an extra 2. Putman Jr. had an attempted 3. Instead, Tucson gets the rebound off the tip from Carey, has 2 quick.
Second chance points really pouring out for the Pilots, getting a little momentum back as they go up by 5 with less than 4 minutes to play in the half.
Cougars in the white piping, trying to look for Kashmik. Has the bottom of the net for 3.
Dakota within 2. Great three-pointer there by Kashmik.
I was considering a step-back 3. Kuzmano's 3 instead. Hits the front of the rim. There goes into the lane, an easy 2 that'll fall for Connor Sukara.
Dakota just kept battling back, eventually tied the game. De La Salle now has to start from scratch and start slowing the pace down maybe a little bit.
Tucson right elbow. looking for the back down spin move. Kuzmano looking hot today offensively. Spin move again, can't take another step. It'll be 3 seconds instead. It'll go against Marquise Carey, 3:08 to play. At the top of the key, has the bottom of the net. That'll be 3. That'll rattle home for Reeves. Dakota Cougars take the first lead since the beginning of the game. Ball rolls off of Marquise Carey's leg. Too strong off the knee.
Dakota, very deadly three-pointers here in this game, really hurting the Pilots right now.
Kashmik from the north baseline looking in, has his receiver Wilson. Washington just in front of the arc, has 3 to roll. That'll be 6 straight points for Dakota. 2:37 to play in the second.
Dakota locking in, especially from 3. They have 2 threes in a row, putting 6 in the Pilots' face.
Putman Jr. to the lane. Foul called. Will it be an and one is the question.
Looked like they called a foul before he took the shot up. That will be on Rashad Wilson.
So it was an and one. Dewan Putman completes the 3-point play. Swing out Kashmik, right corner, has Kuzmano on the fake. It'll be against, Kashmik will suffer another foul against himself. 2:18 to play in the second.
Ari Mashuras coming back in for the Pilots now.
He was dealing with an illness the last week. Foul in the paint. Kashmik, another foul. So 2 straight fouls that'll go against Kashmik. That'll be the 5th foul against the Cougars. And sends the Pilots to the bonus. Tucson to the line, 4-2. So, first one is up and good. Registering for Tucson. Second one's up, no good. Foul, Henry Griesbeck, over top, reach-in foul. So another foul against the Pilots. Swinging corner. Can't get it to roll. Pilots lucky on a Sukara unable layup. Tucson to the lane. Strong, but has it in.
Pilots slick moves here late in the second quarter.
Foul and one coming, though. Instead, that'll register against Henry Griesbeck. That'll be his second. 36-34. Second period. That one is up and good. So the N1 3-point play is executed. 1:45 to play. Ari Mashuras trying to get the swing, center swing. It'll go against number 14, Aiden Reeves. It'll be the second personal foul that strikes against Reeves. 37-34. Griesbeck trying to put the Pilots within one singular point. As the first one to roll, that's the first step towards another possession for the Pilots.
Pilots with the ability to tie it before the half. And a violation on the Pilots is DJ Putman Jr.
He stepped over the line. I've never seen that called. I would not say that's the most necessary call. It seems like the ref was maybe just trying to get back at the Pilot fans. Another missed layup by Sukara. walking violation instead. 1 minute, 20 seconds to play before halftime.
Pilots now with a chance to tie this game up. Currently they find themselves down by 2. A bucket will tie it.
Tucson at the top of the key, swinging back and forth. Ball tipped away by Washington. Trying to go to the lane, has to fall instead. So with under a minute to play, ball stolen away again. Kashmik to the lane, Mashuris gonna suffer the foul. .4 seconds to play, 39-35. Mashuris, once again, dealing with an illness the last 2 weeks. Could not make practice over the weekend. One falls instead. Kashmik will be awarded that point from the 15-foot line. Second one up, second one falls. In comes Marquise Carey. Out goes Jackson Turk. 48.4 seconds to play. Ari Mashuris was the fouler. DJ Putman maybe crossing over back and forth to the lane. Bounce pass. Henry Griesbeck has an easy layup 4-2. 35 seconds to play, 41-37. Dakota Cougar lead. A floater from just inside at 13 feet. Mashuris had a bounce pass kicked out by Tucson's foot. Pilots were rushing with a 1-on-3 matchup.
If I were the Pilots, I would honestly just wait, get this last shot off, see if they can potentially be down 1 score at the half.
Ball tipped away, out of bounds, stays here. So with 8 seconds, Pilots on the north baseline. They'll have their own possession in their own front court. Tucson looking for a foul. Instead, foul goes against number 30, Connor Sukara. Another foul that'll suffer for the Cougars. Griesbeck at the line. Shoots one, has it to rattle in. Pilots within a single possession. Second one is up and good. The last time before halftime, stolen away by Tucson. Last second, thrown up from half court. Oh, just so close. That's the final headed before halftime. Thanks for joining us so far. It's halftime. We'll be right back. Welcome back inside the Bill Fox Gymnasium. Your stats after one half, brought to you by Four Seasons Kangaroo. The impact player, notably for the Cougars, Aiden Reeves, followed by Joey Kuzmano for the Pilots. Leading scorer at 16, Aiden Reeves. Leading scorer for the Pilots, 18 for Eli Tucson.
Great job by those players and great job by both teams keeping it close. Dakota rallied and eventually took the lead that De La Salle had. De La Salle rallied towards the end of the half and was able to cut it to just a 2-point game at halftime. Let's see what both of these teams can do as Connor Sukara goes to the line for two. First one is up and nothing but net.
So the goal here is honestly limit what happens, certainly, in the fourth and third quarter for the Cougars. Stepping up at the right elbow, Putman Jr. looking forward for a pick. Bounce pass into the lane. Eli Tucson tried to recover it. Spinned instead around. Looking to the right side at the block. Two cannot fall. Jackson Tur on the rebound. Jackson Tur on a high dribble. Tried to get a pass back and forth. Tucson swing on a pick and roll. Going up strong, can't get two. Rebound Cougars. 7:06 to play in the third. Looking at the top of the key. Instead, Cash Meek has the two to fall.
Cougars starting to come out of this half, sort of expanding their lead. They've scored 4 straight points. Pilots yet to get on the board here in this second half.
Griesbeck had the ball tipped away from his hands. Sukara laid a hand on the one. Trying to look for the lane. Handoff stolen away. Rashid Wilson has an easy two. 6:20 to play in the third. .6:10 to play in the third. Almost got pushed over the line. Smart call there. Sukara laid both hands on top of Tucson. Jackson Tur trying to swing into the backcourt. Has Putman Jr. just crossing into the front court. Got another delay. Stolen away instead again by Wilson. To the lane. Foul against Marquise Carey. Heading to the line 4-2.
Both teams kind of playing aggressive basketball here to start this second half. De La Salle playing a sort of aggressive defense. They get the first foul of the second half. Second on Carey.
First one rattles in for Kashmik. Registers his first. Kashmik at the line to shoot a second. First one makes it in. Second one off the back of the rim. The lane looking back and forth. Swung out Jackson Tur for three. Can't get it to go. Rebound Tucson, second chance. It'll be a jump ball though. So it is Pilots' possession still in the south baseline.
Great job by Lucas Washington. Strong defense down low.
Trying to back in. Tur gets the ball stripped away. Kashmik rolling in on the block. Has the two to fall. So now the Cougars lead by 11. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Over top of the arc. Swung into Carey looking for the aggressive play. into the lane, swings it to himself after a tip, has 2 to roll. Griesbeck on the offensive rebound. Timeout taken by Coach Glasner. So we head to a quick discussion between me and Jalou. Quick recap of what's going on so far. Cougars came out only leading by 2. Pilots have only scored 2 in the third quarter. Cougars really taking over on offense, winning 9-2 in the third quarter. But they lead by 9 instead.
Pilots' defense is not necessarily doing terrible. Their offense, though, has got to be way better. They have to slow everything down. Get rebounds, and get more opportunities for second chance points.
So just a quick mop-up on the Pilots' lettering. 5:05 to play, 50-41 in the third. Running the baseline. Cougars looking for that special offensive possession they haven't been able to find. Almost another foul on Marquise Carey. Swung into the corner, Washington, top of the key, Reeves. To the lane, looking up, no good. Rebound, Marquise Carey. North baseline, pushing the eastern sideline. Got forced over and back. Marquise Carey takes an extra 2 steps into the backcourt, finds himself on another turnover.
Pilots' defense, especially when it comes to taking the ball up, are playing very fast. Trying to slow it down here. Lead 9 for the Cougars.
4:40 to play in the third. Swinging offensive zone. Looking Wilson. Kashmik thought about a 3. Walking violation. Pilots received the basketball on a turnover. Just what they needed.
Pilots now trying to score here, trying to cut the lead down to a little less now.
Marquise Carey, top of the key, off the top, went out of bounds. It'll be off the top of the backboard. That 3 would have been huge to stick the Pilots back in a possible offensive situation. 5-second violation, running the baseline instead. That was not a scoring play. Could not run the baseline. So Rasheed Wilson commits a penalty. Swung in, Jackson Turr on a high vertical, going up, lane, no, rebound will be Kashmik. Wilson, easy drive to the lane, has 2 to lay up and in, 4:07 to play. Marquise Carey loses his dribble again. He's been way too aggressive today, committing way too many turnovers.
Absolutely. He has played very fast offense here.
Like, I don't mind his speed, certainly, but that's a little too fast, certainly.
Yeah.
Guzmano, top of the key, looking. Driving to the lane, 2 can't fall for the and 1 foul.
And that right there is the speed that they should be playing at. Not really exactly overdoing it, just enough of speed, not really just to waste time, but pretty much to give themselves opportunities to put points on the board and make it a lesser lead for Dakota.
Guzmano's rims out. Guzmano from 15 feet. His second one does rattle in. Trying to find help in trouble. Reeves passes to Kashmik on the way up. Foul called. .42-52 in the third. Sending to the line Kashmik. Omar Kashmik to shoot 2 from 15. Second one buries itself. One falls. Second one, no good. Rebound, Kajmik himself. Swung into the backcourt, saved. Reeves looking on the backcourt.
Nearly a turnover by Dakota. Pilots could have really appreciated that.
Second one, no good. Rebound off the top of the key. Looking for a long three. Wilson has it to fall.
Well, Wilson getting the three to fall, saved it over and back, and then scores a three for his team, putting them up 14 with 3 minutes left to play. Dakota will not stop.
Trying to look to the lane. Putman Jr. has the finger roll. So after a three ball from Dakota, an extra two puts the Pilots within 12. Kajmik to the lane, over top to Pilots. Off the head of Henry Griesbeck, Washington recovers, and an easy layup. Another one. A timeout called by the head coach of Dakota. So that'll be the timeout, the first one of the day for Dakota. .229 still on the clock for the third quarter. Dakota Cougars lead by 16. Pilots were as close as 2 coming out from halftime. Tucson swinging left elbow, almost had a double dribble. Damian Duff has possession of the basketball. Swung back and forth, has the roll into the lane, and one!
Good start for the Pilots coming out of the timeout. Eli Tucson with an and one. Pilots trying to come back now from this now 14-point deficit. Tucson to the line to make it 13.
Seconds up and good. So a three-point play executed. In comes Mashuris. Out goes Griesbeck. Pilots a thin bench. They couldn't even play a scrimmage if they tried. Only 9 players on the team. With the subsequent loss of Tyler Huchert and Julian Sinishjai, and the illness of Tyson Lyons. Jackson Turr swinging into the front court. Putman Jr. thought about a three. To the block. Lays up to... has it to fall! Pilots chipping away slowly at what was a 16-point lead. 1:48 to play.
Slowly but surely, Pilots coming back. They are working as a team now, passing the ball, not taking risky shots. Pilots doing their thing just like they did in the first half, keeping it close.
Mashuris caught jumping. Looking, caught by Jackson Turr. Technical foul. Jeff Glasner was in the ear of the official. There'll be 2 free throws. Possession of the basketball awarded to Dakota. One minute and 30 seconds to play, and it's not a smart move to continue. Second one will rattle in. So a free 2 points, an offensive possession. Smart game management by the official, even though we're Pilots fans. Certainly, we even work for the team, but, you know, it's a little difficult when he's yapping right in the ear of him. And no time even registered off of the clock. Jacob Cicluna was called for a foul. It'll be the fourth with just over a minute and 25 seconds to play. Ball tipped away by Reeves. Heading to the lane. Uncontested two. Lays it quickly up. Tucson swinging to deter. Back and forth to Tucson. Trying to get a dribble drive to work. Ball's tipped away again. There goes another possession. Lays it up. Lays it in. Jaden Silas has a quick two. Now by 17. Foul called. Heading to the line, foul goes against number 10, Washington. So it'll be an automatic 2 free throws from here on out in the third quarter. 51.2 seconds to play. $66-49. Tucson's first up and good, so that'll put him in the 50 range.
Pilots making a couple risky passes here. Their offense just has to slow down. They're getting pressured so much, it's kind of forcing them to make those passes. The offense just has to try and get open enough for them to not have to make those passes.
Tucson second up, has it good. So he continues to be the leading scorer for De La Salle, hitting most of his free throws. Looking into the lane, trying to get a jump, maybe tipped out of bounds by Ari Mashuris. Joseph Romanacek was the intended three-baller. Swung in easy two, has it to lay. 35 seconds to play. 69-50. Swinging out instead. Ari Mashuris to Eli Tucson, right elbow spin move. Has the roll. So Pilots within 17. Another two, though, uncontested. A Pilots slop. Six-5. 4-3-2-1. Marquise Carey short. Griesbeck couldn't get the putback. Pilots within 17 heading into the fourth quarter. So at the end of the third, we head to a quick ad break brought to you by Four Seasons Kangaroo.
Junior here for Kangaroo, and instead of playing roofer roulette, count on a company who will really hop to it. Kangaroo is a sure bet. First estimate to final inspection. You don't just get a roofer, you get a roofing team. And one who's in it to win it. Kangaroo, we hop to it.
Eight fresh minutes placed on the clock. To finish out these final 8 minutes, Eli Tucson, Henry Griesbeck, Marquise Carey, Jackson Tur, and Ari Mashuris on the floor to try and execute what has been a Cougars-dominated second half. An easy two floating again. Not the way Pilots wanted to start that fourth and final quarter.
Definitely not the way the Pilots wanted to start. They just need to have their defense hold up. Offense just has to get rebounds if the shots are no good. Start getting some points on the board. There's really not much to say.
Certainly, Mashuris, left side three, off the bank. Reverse layup two, though. Marquise Carey putting the Pilots now. They'll be within 17 again. Try and get an easy hack short of the rim. Rebound, Griesbeck slowly chipping away at a 17-point lead from Dakota. Right side, Jackson Turret, a wide open three from the arc. Right in front, has three to go. Pilots chipping away slowly but surely. Now 14 points for the Dakota Cougar lead. Almost tipped away again. Swung away, Jackson Turr. Looking to the lane. Foul. 2 shots coming. So that's the first foul of the fourth quarter. There'll be 2 shots at the line for Jackson Turr. Foul registered against Joseph Romanacek.
Turrs hits the bottom of the net.
Pilots seem to be playing a different breed of basketball here to start this fourth quarter.
So within 13, the whole substitution line comes out for the Cougars. Turrs seconds up, rattles out. Joey Kuzmano looking for the reverse spin out. Tucson, maybe a three-pointer. Has the lip off the roll. Rebound, Griesbeck tipped back in. Jackson Turr, easy floater. So instead of a free throw, why not give you 2? Pilots within 11. Bounce pass, Wilson, trap in the corner. Trying to find Washington. Right corner, no help. Griesbeck, foul called.
The Pilots offense doing exactly what they need to do to try and start the comeback. Good take there by Washington.
Washington at the line, shooting 2. First buried. So back up to 12. Second one off the lip of the rim. Rebound, Sukara. Rebound, Jackson Turr, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Pilots' possession, though. Everybody was moving the other way. Pilots had it instead.
At this point, the defense pretty much just needs to hold up while the offense can go to work. They are doing exactly what they need to do right now.
Pilots again, almost getting a takeaway. Tucson on the save, out of bounds. It'll stay Pilots' way.
Pilots not giving up on trying to get the ball there. Quick discussion, though,
between the officials. The original call was that Eli Tucson did not lay a hand on it, but then the second official said Kashmik could inbound for the Cougars. It'll be in the corner. Kuzmano to inbound for the Pilots. Certainly a large possession here. That'll matter a ton. Griesbeck short of the baseline. Looking in to drive. Had a double team, couldn't get it. Spin move on the inside, no. Kuzmano from the arc. Left elbow, spin move again. Griesbeck had to! Pilots within just under a dozen at 10.
Pilots slowly grinding away. Their offense has been doing phenomenal as
Tipped
well as
out off of Griesbeck. Apologies for the cutoff there. 5:44 to play, 73-63. Pilots within 10, the closest they've been since the third quarter kicked off of the shoe. That'll be a kicking violation off of the Pilots. So it'll stay Kashmik to inbound. Looking to throw into the backcourt. Has it instead. Tipped away by Marquise Carey on a steal. Looking to the block, lays 2 up, short. Rebound, Putman Jr. has the finger roll. Pilots within 8. 5:30 to play.
Pilots just not giving up their lead for Dakota. Under 10 now. Defense holding up, offense holding up. They're doing everything.
Sukara
right
in a
now.
trap, jump ball, Pilots possession. 73-65. Pilots within 8. They're chipping away every single possession, it seems like. Marquise Carey trying to drive to the lane. Gets a putback. Tur trying to estimate from 15 feet. Has a roll! Pilots grinding back. 5 minutes. Pilots within 6. Another swing. Looking left side. Sukara. Griesbeck got faked. Pilots possession given up and one coming. Not what they needed.
First points the Pilots have allowed in a while for the Cougars.
Pilots went on a 9-0 run. Now to the line. It'll be an one coming. 67-75. Second one is up and good. So Pilots within 9.
Pilots really have created a comeback here, 76-67. Offense, though, just has to keep grinding. They have not tied this game up yet.
Putman Jr. short of the rim. Rebound Sukara. Almost tipped away again. Trying to look into Reeves into the lane. Falling short. Rebound taken away. Jump ball possession will be into the hands of the Cougars. Stepping back, looking. Reeves trying to look for their possession at the top of the key. Washington on the elbow of the arc. Good defense by Jackson Tur. Blocked away. Stepped out of bounds. Pilots possession. Great rejection by Henry Griesbeck. Swung easily in to the hands of Washington, who stepped out of bounds.
Pilots have a chance to make something happen.
Handoff back and forth. Marquise Carey. Dribble drive to the lane, forcing two, no. Rebound Kashmik. Swung out of bounds off of Washington's hands. Back and forth, Kashmik left elbow. Trying to get a trap going. Set into the lane. Wilson trying to draw a foul. That's what's going to happen. So the third De La Salle foul with under 4 minutes to play. 13 seconds, just under 4 minutes. And that's Henry Griesbeck's fifth. That is an extreme loss for the Pilots. Shooting 2. Wilson's first is down.
Once again, big loss for the Pilots there.
Second one is up and good.
Pilots now have to come from behind once again, as they have been. Now 11-point lead.
From the elbow, Jackson Torres, the bottom of the net. Pilots within 9, under double digits. Taken back and forth. Reeves trying to look to the left elbow. Kuzmano. It'll be a blocking foul and one. Wowzers. Pilots couldn't get any more unfortunate. Kuzmano gets called for his fourth foul. So an and one coming. Reeves bounces off the front of the rim, but rebound. Ball swung. Jackson Tur has it at the logo.
Pilots still have time here. They need
Jackson
to make use
Tur
of
high dribble to the lane, and one coming! After coming off with a possible finger injury on Friday, Jackson Tur has returned to the floor with an incredible basketball game. The third foul that registers against the Dakota Cougars. Second team. Almost tipped away by Jackson Tur. Swung inbounds. Trying to look for Sukara. Has two, though.
Pilots trying to keep it close. Dakota, though, always responding here.
Tucson off the front of his leg. It'll be 2:57 to play. 82-72, 30-second timeout taken by Coach Glasner. So 2 timeouts remaining for the Pilots. 10 points, the differentiation between the Cougars and the Pilots. What are we looking for here?
Yeah, at this point, it's strictly about the defense for the Pilots. Their offense is cruising right now. They have gotten points, they've gotten fouls, they've gotten rebounds, they've gotten free throws. Everything's going right for them. It's the defense, especially down low. They always get outnumbered, especially on fast breaks. Dakota always managing to put points on the board then. At this point, it's strictly defense-related. Offense just keep doing their thing. Defense just has to hold up if they even want to get closer to tying this game or potentially taking the lead.
Honestly, I think the play here is with a timeout on the south baseline. I think you leave back 2 just like they have and rush 3. Trying to look for a straight offensive possession, thrown into no bad land. That'll be Pilot basketball. So within 7 seconds, they get 1 turnover, an offensive possession in the backcourt, just what they're looking for. Tucson just in front of the Pilots bench. And the mirror reflection of the logo. Guzmano, top of the key. Pilots have to put a quick possession together in order to stay in the game. To the lane, laying up 2! Jackson Tur's been nothing but money today. Has an extra 2 to roll. Swung, Tucson maybe looking for the steal. Instead, a wide layup. Reeves had the turnover. Jackson Tur couldn't get to fall. Foul called against Marquise Carey. That'll be the 5th foul. Places the Cougars in the bonus.
3rd on Carey.
3rd offensive, standard foul. It registers against Carey. 2:12 to play in the 4th. Cougars by now 9. Second free throw is up and good. I have to give credit to the Cougars. They have been money on free throws today.
Absolutely, they have.
Tur with under just over 2 minutes to play. Foul. Flagrant foul called against number 23, Omar Kajgi. An intentional foul. He hugged Jackson Tur. Everybody out. Jackson Tur, free lane, and the possession of the basketball. So an easy 2-point play, just as Brother Joe Reed mentioned to me before the game. 2 free throws mean 2 free shots you get. And Tur rattles the first one out. The goal is essentially make one of the free throws and hit a 3.
That was a very critical free throw there.
So a technical foul registered against the head coach. Very technical here. No pun intended. Don't catch me there. Eli Tucson stepping up for 2 free throws. Pilots within 9, so they get the basketball. Tucson's first is up and good.
That's a good makeup there for the missed free throw by Tur.
Hey, I don't mind these free throw shots at all, certainly.
Nobody does.
Pilots within 7. The closest they've been. Timeout taken by Coach Glasner. Pilots will get the ball on the baseline. So 2 timeouts remaining for Coach Glasner and the Pilots. So a full timeout. "45 seconds before we return to the floor. Pilots have one more foul before They are registered in the bonus from Dakota. So a recap of what was the last fiscal 3 minutes. We had a flagrant foul that went against number 23, Omar Kashmik. He fouled Jackson Tur by hugging him. A flagrant foul, flagrant 2 called against Kashmik. So Jackson Tur was awarded 2 free throws, missed the first, made the second. Then in the middle of the free throws, a technical foul went against the head coach of Dakota Cougars. Against him for 2. 2:05 to play, 84-77 in the fourth. Kuzmano looking for the baseline, maybe Jackson Tur. Eli Tucson for 3. Can't find the net. Rebound, Putman Jr. tipped out of bounds. It'll instead go the Cougars' way. So Pilots with 2 minutes remaining have a chance at what is a 3-possession game. Thrown into the backcourt. No time off. Just give us the ball, basically. Swung in. Almost hit a De La Salle alum of a long timer. So with no change with the ball hitting the court, nobody hit it out of bounds, so technically it's going to stay right where Tucson is placed. Swung into Jackson Tur. Trying to look for the handoff. Forced out of bounds. Tur steps out. And 1:56 to play.
So back and forth. Dakota turns it over, and De La Salle will turn it over now.
Want to give us another turnover? I don't mind. Washington stepping up, slips. I don't know where the travel call was. Kashmik off the lip of the rim. Rebound, tied up, jump ball, Pilots possession. That's what they need. Just don't grab the ball for 3 seconds again. That's all. That's the goal.
Absolutely.
1:43 to play in the fourth. Carey swung into Kuzmano. Almost a foul. Tucson an open lip. Tur thinking about a 3 at the top of the arc in front of the Pilots bench. They have to put something together here quick. Tucson back. Tur from the logo. He was looking up at the backboard. From the arc, trying to go to the lane. Swinging up 2, falling short. And over the top foul. That'll be the 4. Another foul, a bonus. So now both teams in the bonus. Any fouls from here on out will be registered for 2 shots.
That is Marquise Carey's 4th foul. One more, and he is out.
So let's say somebody gets a 4th foul. Let's just say it happens. I think I'm going with Mashuras, point guard. Take over. Jackson Tur plays a strong guard position. Wow, a lucky break. 1 minute, 14 seconds to play in the fourth. The line, Connor Sukara. Second one up, rattles out. He was getting held. Joey Kuzmano's jersey was being tugged on. Not a single fan happy about that call there. Pilots could have had 2 free throws. Now a long Wilson 3, bottom of the net. Trying to put the Pilots away, Marquise Carey, top of the key. Maybe look for a 3, long 3. He has it in! Pilots take a timeout. A perfectly executed timeout there by Coach Glasner. 59 seconds to play. 7 points is the margin of lead, I guess you would call it, before the Pilots take a break. A look ahead into the schedule. We don't mean to take you away from the game, but certainly with 30 seconds before the timeout expires, we got 59 seconds on the clock. A absolutely crazy turnout for what has gone on for the last 10 minutes on our own clocks. But Maybe we'll end in the next 5 minutes on time. I mean, who knows? 59 seconds seemed to last a long time yesterday in the AFC Championship game. So we'll see what it can do in basketball.
Critical 3 there from Carey before we went to a timeout. Pilots back down by 7. They need a steal, and they need it now.
Kashmik trying to run the baseline, looking for maybe 5 seconds instead, finds Wilson. Trying to go to the lane, lays it up, lays it in. Ball swung, Marquise Carey has to jack a 3. Stepping back into the lane, fumbling the possession, but has it back. Putman Jr. responds, 89-82. Ball tipped in, trying to go for a foul. That's what they'll get, 37.7 seconds to play. 2 shots coming. At the line will be Aiden Reeves. That'll be the second foul against DJ Putman Jr. Bounces off the front of the rim. 3-possession game here in the fourth quarter. Cougars by 7. Stepping up to the line, second one falls in. Jackson Turr has the ball, has to look for a 3, tipped away, gonna go out of bounds. Flying into the stands, into a few fans, don't mind the cushion there. Officials gonna give the basketball to the Pilots on a 3-possession game, 2 threes and a 2. But ball is almost stolen away, swung over, tipped away. DeJuan Putman takes over, swinging back. Marquise Carey, long 3, hit the 3 to put the Pilots back in the game. Tucson has 2, 17.1 seconds to play. So the timeout taken by De La Salle, their final timeout. Pilots within 6.
We have had a very entertaining fourth quarter, especially the last 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, 2 minutes just on the clock alone is enough to put you back maybe 20 minutes on the clock, on our own watches. Like I said, 59 seconds couldn't last any longer around here. We're now down to 17.1 seconds to play. 3 timeouts remaining for Dakota if they wish to use it at any point, but I don't see why you would just run the clock out. You should, at least. In my own personal, clearly unprofessional opinion.
Yeah, if you're Dakota, main goal is to get it in, get a foul, not even get a foul, just to run out the clock. Depends on what De La Salle's defense wants to do.
Kashmik swinging back and forth, just an open lane. Kuzmano can test the 2, can't get it. Rebound, though, Sukara putting up another 2. Rebound, Marquise Carey. Pilots have almost no chance left. Swinging a 3 from the top, no good, and that'll expire. The final fourth quarter. Your score at the end of the basketball game, 90-84. We thank you for joining us. So far, just Pilots unfortunately couldn't fully execute on the turnovers. They had a free possession heading in to the last minute and 30 seconds. Unfortunately, couldn't show it there. Thanks for joining us today. Your final score, 90-84. Dakota High School Cougars. Go